Hey everyone, I'm Dinesh and today we are going to dive into if else statements in Python. So in our last video we introduced the concept of flow control. Today we are going to focus on if else statements, which are the building blocks of decision making in Python. What are if else statements? If else allows our programs to make decisions. They are like the forks in the road of our code, determining which path the program will take based on certain conditions. Let's look at the simplest form of these statements, which is the if statements. The if statement will start with the if keyword, which is if, and then it will check for the condition. Here the condition is name equal to Alice. It will check if the name equal to Alice, and if the name is Alice it will print hi Alice. So it can do anything, we can write anything here, and it should be indented. So it should not be with the same indent as if statement. We should have a tab space before we write anything under the if statement, and this print will be executed only when this condition is evaluated to true. In case if the condition is false, Python will just skip this code and it will go to the next set of instructions. So clear? Let's try to work it out. I am entering Python shell and I am typing name equals to Dinesh, and I'll check if name equal to Alice, and we should provide a tab space, print hi Alice. So basically this is our code. So our name variable is Dinesh, and if we are checking if the name is Alice, only when this name is Alice it will print hi Alice. So if the name is not Alice it will not do anything. So this is the basic form of the if statement in Python. So you can see that it has not printed anything. So our code is executed but it has not printed anything. Let's say I am declaring now name to be Alice, and then I will check if name is Alice, then I'll do the same, print hi Alice, right? So now the name is Alice and we are checking if the name is Alice. We are asking to print Alice. So it's the same lines of code that we have already executed, but I changed the name from Dinesh to Alice. So it has printed hi Alice because this condition is satisfied. Meaning if this is true, the print will be executed. The set of instructions which are under the if statement will be executed. So in the earlier case it is false, so it has not printed anything. Let's add some more thing to this code, the else statement. So else statement start with an else keyword and it is followed by a semicolon, and the next line is indented same as the if statement and contains the code which needs to be executed if the condition is false. So this is the condition to check if the name is Alice, it will print Alice. Otherwise, if it is not Alice, it will print some other line. So let us try this out. So we already declared name is Alice. We will check if the name is Alice and then print this. And we are adding an else statement followed by print you are not Alice. In this case, the name is Alice, right? The name is Alice. So it should print hi Alice only, right? And let us change the name to Dinesh and try the same set of lines. So now the name is Dinesh and I am checking if the name is Alice, it will print Alice. Otherwise, in the earlier scenario where we have not provided an else statement, it has not done anything. And now we have provided an else statement. If the name is not Alice, it should go here and print you are not Alice. So it has printed you are not Alice. So that is about else statement. So if the previous condition is not satisfied, it will come to else statement. And sometimes we also need to check multiple conditions. That's where elif comes into picture. So elif always comes after an if statements and before the else clause. So here we have an if statement already to check a condition, and we have an elif statement which is the next to the if statement to check another condition, and then the final one is the else statement. So this is how the if statement looks with if, elif and else. Let us try this as well. I am declaring name to be Bob, and I will check if name equal to Alice, then print hi Alice. Elif name equals to Bob, print hi Bob. Else if the name is not Alice and Bob, print you are neither Alice nor Bob. So now the name is Bob, it should ideally print hi Bob. So let's check. So it has printed hi Bob. So this is how if else statement works in Python. And the next one is order of the execution of if else statements. So order definitely matter when using elif statements. The order is very crucial. Let's look at an example. So we want to check the age of the person and print if they are 50 plus, 40 plus or 30 plus. So what we do, we initially check if they are more than 830 and then print you are 30 plus. So and again we are checking if they are more than 40 and print 40 plus, and we are checking 50 and then printing 50 plus. And in the other code we are checking if they are greater than 50 first and then 40 and then 30. Which one you think is the correct one? So let us try to code this out and check if both of the programs return the same result or not. So I am declaring age to be 70 and I wanted to print the most appropriate one, which is 50 plus, right? 50 plus. So let us see what will get printed when we use this code as well as this code. So I check if age greater than 30, then print you are 30 plus. If age greater than 40, 50 plus. So now the age is 70. So the most appropriate one is that we wanted to print that this person is 50 plus. So 70 is 50 plus. And with this order of execution, let us check which will get printed. So you can see that it has printed you are 30 plus, because we have to check if the person is 50 plus first and then 40 and then 30, as we have as the order of execution is like different or reversed, so it has printed incorrect answer. Now let's try to execute it in a different way. For the same age, let's try to check from the reverse order. If age greater than 50, so we wanted to print you are 50 plus. Else if age greater than 40, wanted to print 40 plus. Else if age greater than 30, print you are 30 plus. So it's the same code, but the first and last statements or conditions are interchanged. So I removed this condition and placed it at the end, and I moved this condition to the beginning of this loop. Now let's check. So it has printed you are 50 plus, meaning the order of the conditions matters. So we have to put this order very carefully, because when you check if the age is greater than 30, 70 is always greater than 30. But the thing is, we have to check if the person is greater than 50 first for these kind of conditions, right? As we did it correctly here, it has printed the most appropriate result. Now let's to try a real example. So I'll be creating a function to run this example, because it will be very easy to run for different inputs. So let me create a function called check. So we will talk about these functions in the upcoming videos, but let's assume that we are doing this for the purpose of the if else, and just concentrate on the if else here. So this function is called check temperature. So I am providing temp as an input variable. So I basically want to check temperature less than 0, then I will print it's freezing, else if temp less than 10, it's very cold, if it is less than 20, it's cool, if it is less than 30, it's warm, if it is other than any of these numbers, print it's hot. So this is the function that we have created. So now we use this function for checking the status of the temperature or what to print for different temperatures. So we just run check temperature and we pass, let's say we are passing -5, sorry, we pass -5 and it says that it's freezing because when we pass -5 it is less than 0 and it will go inside this loop. Let's say that we are passing +5. So +5 will come under this condition which is less than 10, but it doesn't satisfy this statement because +5 is not less than 0. So it is false here. Then it will come here. It will check if it is less than 10. So 5 is less than 10. So it will print it's very cold. Now let's say we do it for 15. So it says it's cool. So meaning it's evaluating somewhere here because 15 is less than 20 and here it will fail. So temperature 15 less than 0 it fails, 15 less than 10 false, 15 less than 20 true, so it prints here. Now let's say if the temperature is 25, so 25 false here, like it fails here, which is false. 25 is less than 0 is false, 25 less than 10 is false, 25 less than 20 is also false, 25 less than 30 is true. So it comes in order by checking one by one and then it prints it's warm. So if we check any other number, let's say 250, says it's hot because it has not passed all these conditions and it will go to the else loop and it will print it's hot. So this function basically uses if, elif, else statements to categorize temperatures, and you can try running the same code in your machine and check with different temperatures. To conclude, if else statements are fundamental to programming logic and they allow your programs to make decisions and respond differently based on varying conditions. In the upcoming sessions, we will explore more complex flow control structures, including loops. Remember, practice makes perfect. Try writing your own if else statements and see what you can create. So, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Drop any questions in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy coding!